Welcome to Inderes TV. In this video we are going to talk about Modulight with Analyst Antti Siltanen. Hi Antti.
Hi.
Could you start by telling us what Modulight does?
Well, Modulight is a technology company. They're making lasers and optics, and they're strategically focused on biomedicine and medical solutions, and also other technology areas. So basically, in the medical area, they're developing lasers to be used in cancer medicine and eye medicine. And also there are other life science applications. So you can use lasers, for example, in DNA sequencing or figuring out the nucleic acid sequence of DNA samples. And then there are other technology areas like weather measurements, for example.
Could you give us a concrete example of how this laser is used in medical applications?
Right. The medical applications are typically called photodynamic therapy. So in cancer medicine, that would mean that the patients would be administered a light-sensitive drug that would be harmful for the patient. And the drug is typically given intravenously, which means that it then distributes all around the body via the bloodstream. And then you use laser to activate the drug by illuminating the tumor with the laser with a specific wavelength. So that will activate the drug, and then the activated drug will be very cytotoxic, or it will kill the cancer cells very effectively, and then leave the healthy tissues alone, as the drug is not activated in the healthy tissues.
Modulight has so-called vertically integrated operating model, so can you explain what this means in practice?
In practice, Modulight is pretty much active throughout the value chain. So they start at a very early stage with the customer to plan for the product and then to develop the product. The product development cycles are very long with Modulight in this medical life science applications. They also manufacture their product, and they are very active in selling and distribution of the products. Recently, Modulight has taken some distributors to their as their partners, but they're also very active in selling and distributing their products.
Modulight has had difficulties in monetizing the project model that company uses. So why is this, and how will the company tackle it in the future?
Well, as I mentioned, the product development cycles are very long. In the medical applications, for example, Modulight is partnering with their drug owners in different phases of the drug development. So starting from preclinical studies in the research phase, and then moving to small scale patient studies, and then again to larger scale patient studies. And this typically takes many years. And the drug development can also, if the product is not safe enough, the product development can get stopped and the project will end. So Modulight gets payments from each step during this development phase, and then eventually, if the drug and the laser activates the drug gets to the market, then Modulight is aiming to get licensing fees, and this can be many years from the beginning of the project. And now we have seen problems with COVID, and also problems with getting parts for the lasers. So we assume that this has kind of prolonged the projects, and some projects have stopped. So that has probably caused some problems with Modulight on how they can monetize on the projects, and this has also led to quite significant decreases in revenues and EBIT. So Modulight's plan now is to take some new type of areas that they plan to serve with their technology. So this includes, for example, dermatology, so skin diseases. So there are already markets available for this kind of product. So that would mean a little bit faster go-to-market strategy for Modulight. There are also more competition, but we expect that the revenues could realize a little bit faster by these new initiatives.
Then let's talk about the market. Well, the market is defensive and growing quite nicely for the current core business areas. The company has also identified other potential growth markets. So could you tell us more about those?
Yeah, the market as such is very lucrative. So it's very big for cancer treatments and also eye medicine. At this point, Modulight is very early stage of their development. So they have one laser for eye medicine that is currently at the very early stage of commercialization. Other projects are in earlier stages. So Modulight cannot yet fully take advantage of the defensive and growing market, but they are actively trying to go there. Also, these other areas and new initiatives, they are, as I mentioned, they are kind of more available markets, but there's also more competition. So Modulight is, for example, trying to penetrate these flow cytometers, which are widely available instruments for clinical use and for research use. So we expect them to face more competition, but also there are quicker opportunities to.
Modulight's competitive landscape includes many large and global players. So how does the company stand up to competition from these larger players, and what makes the company competitive?
Well, there are big companies that are in the medical technology area, and we see that Modulight is facing competition from those companies such as Meditech, for example, in ophthalmology lasers. But then we think that the main competitors for Modulight are these a little bit smaller laser technology companies that are developing lasers for medical applications. For example, Unibird from France is developing lasers for eye medicine. So that seems to be like a direct competitor. And these are smaller companies, and often they are focused on specific medical area. Modulight is trying to target many medical areas. So at least the ambition of Modulight is kind of bigger in terms of the marketplace, but there are competition also from the smaller players.
Then let's talk a bit about numbers. Everything looked good back in 2020 with revenues of 10 million euros, EBIT of over 45%, and revenue forecast of 40 million by this year. But last year revenue was just under 5 million euros and EBIT almost minus 8 million. So what happened, and what is the current outlook for the future?
That's a good question. As you mentioned, Modulight had a very nice track record of growth in previous decade, and they showed about 30% revenue growth from 2019 to 2021, and also the company was highly profitable. But after the IPO in 2021, things have kind of turned towards worse, and the revenues have gone down significantly, and also EBIT following the revenue decline. So the company mentions COVID as one reason, and also availability of the parts. So we believe that the COVID epidemic has delayed some projects, which means that Modulight will not then monetize on the project if they cannot proceed to the next phase. So that's one reason for sure. Also, the financing conditions for life science companies have turned for the worst last year, and apparently there are still difficulties. So some of Modulight's customers are quite early stage small companies that are dependent on external funding. So we believe that some of the customers have had difficulties in funding their own operations, which have then probably led to problems for Modulight for realizing revenues.
Finally, let's talk about valuation. We started the coverage of Modulight with a reduced recommendation and target price of 2.3 euros. So could you give us your thoughts on the valuation?
Sure. The earnings for the next couple of years are negative in our estimates, so we cannot really rely on earnings multiples. So we in our valuation we look at EV sales, revenue-based valuation, also the discounted cash flow model. So the EVS multiple for this year is 7.5, and we are already projecting quite positive growth for this year. The 7.5 multiple is high compared to these laser companies or the smaller photodynamic therapy companies, as I mentioned, and it's also above medical technology companies, which are larger, more slowly growing, profitable companies. So looking at the peers, Modulight seems to be a little bit high valuated. Modulight's growth may justify these kind of high multiples, but the visibility to the growth is currently quite low. So we are still kind of waiting for more proof on how the growth is realized. Then if you look at the DCF model and the value of the future cash flows, we get the valuation of 2.3 euros, which is also our recommendation. So we are expecting Modulight to grow and turn profitable in the long run. So that means that the future cash flows are weighted in the far future, beyond 2032. So currently we are taking a kind of a cautious stand on the stock and waiting to see how the growth is realized. So that's in a nutshell.
Great. That's all for now. Thanks for your comments, Antti, and thanks for watching this video. Have a nice week, read the research, and make good stock picks. Bye-bye.